Yep.
Alright, so now we've got this for the turkey burgers, and we'll pop this in the freezer for a few minutes. Now at home, if you're doing this at home, you're probably going to have to put it in the freezer for about a half hour, 45 minutes. My freezer is a super sub-zero freezer, blast freezer, so it freezes things pretty quickly. We've got our breasts here that we're going to individually wrap. When you're buying it fresh, cutting it up so he can freeze it, and that way, he's got one dinner here, another dinner here. That's all going to go into the stock pot that's going to eventually make the scrapple. And I'm going to wrap this up, get it frozen, and then we'll reconvene for the scrapple making process. Now we're going to start making the stock it's going to be stock, and then I'm also going to make scrapple with it. So I'm going to put the carcass into the stock pot. I broke the carcass in half, and then I've got the rest of the bones, the neck, all the giblets, all these bones, the wings, all into the stock pot. And then a handful of bay leaf, some thyme, rosemary, and if you prefer to use fresh herbs, by all means use fresh herbs. I have dried here right now. My order for fresh doesn't come in until next week. Rosemary, whole black peppercorns, a handful of those, and then I have some carrots, onion, and celery that I've already cut up. That's going to go in there as well. And fill it with water and put it on the stove. While that cooks, we'll work on the rest of the process. So we've made the stock, and now I'm taking the carcass from the stock, and I'm picking all the little bits of meat left on it, and that's what we're going to use to make this turkey scrapple. Cut. This is the turkey that I picked off the carcass that we made the stock with, and then ground it in my food processor until it's nearly emulsified, but not quite. I've got here 4 cups of cornmeal or polenta. You can use either one, it doesn't matter. And then in my spices, I have 2 tablespoons of sage, 1 tablespoon of thyme, 1 tablespoon of rosemary, 2 tablespoons of black pepper, and 4 tablespoons of salt. We've taken 3 quarts of the stock, and I've got it heating over here. So it's 3 quarts, 4 cups to the other ingredients, the spice ingredients. Total, the turkey carcass yielded about 6 quarts of stock. So plenty to make a soup or something later on after if you want to freeze it or whatever. But got all of my spices and herbs are added into the stock. It's boiling away, so we're going to add the turkey. And what I'm basically making here is a slurry. Once that's mixed in real good, then I'll add the cornmeal, and then it needs to cook until it's very, very thick. You may want to put gloves on for that part of the process, because once the cornmeal's in, it will spatter, and if it gets on you, it will hurt. Next, you want to stir in the cornmeal / polenta, and you want to do this slowly with a whisk, or else you will get clumps. Pot. You see how it's starting to thicken up in there? We'll let that cook for a little while. I'm going to turn the heat down so it spatters a lot less, because that burns every time it touches you. Alright. So I've oiled up my half pan here. It's a half a hotel pan. You can use loaf pans for this too. And now I'm just putting the scrapple mixture into it. So now that we've let our scrapple set up in the fridge, it's cold, so it's completely set. We're just going to cut it into individual loaves. Because we didn't use a loaf pan, and we need to make it better for 1 or 2 people to use. So you want to do it in about 1 pound blocks, around about. It doesn't have to be exact. Some of them are bigger. You know, the guy that I'm doing this for, the cameraman, he can pull out one of the bigger ones when he has company. So next, we're going to recap, and I'm going to tell you exactly what we got yield-wise. Okay. At the end of this whole turkey adventure, what we yield out of 1 20-pound turkey that was bought on extreme sale, because it was bought after Thanksgiving, was 11 6-ounce turkey burgers. We got 3.5 quarts of stock. We got 2 to 2.5 pound turkey breasts for roasting, and you could slice them for sandwiches or whatever. 1 to 2 pound breast is going to yield you about 8 to 10 sandwiches. And then we also got 8 pounds of turkey scrapple after we made our stock and combined it with the seasonings and the polenta. So this is just a good example of what you can yield out of a whole animal if you just take a little time and effort, you know, ask your butcher. Sometimes they'll help you as well. But this is what you get. I mean, he's got 11 nice turkey burgers. He's got dinner for 4 twice, breakfast forever, and you can't beat that. Have a good one.